Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And I do want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to talk about not being left behind. So when Bitcoin makes its next move, you are prepared and you are ready and you are well informed, because I know many people out there who weren't watchers of this channel got left behind when Thanksgiving week came. They didn't know about the Thanksgiving week dump and they were not prepared. And so we want to help you be prepared on this channel for whatever Bitcoin's next move is, so you don't get left behind. Now, before we jump into all of that and some charts and some news, you know what I'm going to say next? If you are a regular watcher of the show, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people and does help to support the channel as well. And those who have left and leave wonderful, kind, encouraging words in the comment section, I do really appreciate that. I do read and respond to each and every single one of you. And of course, any of the questions that you leave in the comment section as well, I do get back to those as soon as I am able to. And in the description, I have a ton of resources, including the Stocks with Josh Discord. I am in that Discord with the most amazing people on planet Earth. I'm in the crypto channel there daily, as well as I have my own Crown Traders channel in there. And this is where I am giving trades, talking, answering questions, helping people, and just engaging with a wonderful community. So if you're not part of a crypto community, please make sure that you click the link below. You might have to see the description. You might have to click the more button. That will drop the description. And then you've got the Discord there, as well as other great resources that you can find that will help you on your crypto journey. Okay, so don't get left behind. What's coming next? Well, I do like this tweet, has waiting for the retest of the prior cycle high to buy after breaking to a new all-time high. Ever worked for Bitcoin? Actually, no. Real breakouts, breakdowns don't retest anytime soon. And you can see that whenever there was a breakout from the previous all-time high, in fact, this one never got retested. This one got retested after it went parabolic in the bear market. This one breaking out from the previous all-time high never got retested. And then, of course, last season, we saw a retest of that, but it didn't happen until the bear market. And again, now we are breaking out from Bitcoin's previous all-time high, and it's highly unlikely we're going to see that $69,000 to $73,000 level until the bear market, or possibly ever again. According to this, sometimes we see it and sometimes we do not. And I shared the other day about how usually Bitcoin does not drop below the cost to mine a Bitcoin, which is currently sitting at about 88,000, which is why I had put my technical target to the downside. One of the reasons why I'd put my technical target to the downside at around, I had given people the target around $88,000 to $89,000. That doesn't mean that you should have just waited for it. I was buying, even though it didn't quite get to 89K. It came $1,000 short of my prediction. Of course, we still have a couple of days before the week closes, before the official Thanksgiving week closes, and we get the weekly close on Sunday. So there's still a little bit more time, a day or two, for us to go lower than the Tuesday low, but it has been holding pretty steady within a range, and we're going to look at that in just a moment. So as I've always said, those who try to pick bottoms get smelly fingers, okay? So I don't try to time the exact bottom or the exact top. I'm happy getting out a little bit before the top and getting in a little bit before what I think will be the bottom there. And I gave a lot of targets and a lot of coins during the Thanksgiving week. One of those, Potenza Tau, has took off like a rocket ship, as did Fetch, as did Casper, as did also HNT, those 4 coins that I gave. And then I gave another 9 coins during Thanksgiving week that have also done incredibly well, okay, including Sonic, which took off like a rocket ship from 2 cents to almost 10 cents. So if you got in that trade, congratulations. I'm looking for a re-entries on that trade as it comes down for a little bit of a dip there. Okay, so this is, don't get left behind. Don't get left behind. And what Bitcoin's next move could be. Well, if we analyze historically when Bitcoin is green for September, October, November, is also green in December and has an average return of about 19%. So we saw that with last December, we saw a move of around 12%. Around 12%, okay? So that was last time. But the last time we had 3 months of green there, we had 30% and 13%. Okay, so there is a little bit of data there that we can use. And we saw around an average return. If we did see around 20% return from here, obviously, we're not in December yet. We have to wait to see what November closes, and then we'll revisit this chart and work out what some of the percentages would be. But if we were at like around about 100K, obviously that's going to take us up to around $120,000 there. And if we're down at 90,000, it's going to be less than that, obviously. And we'll no point speculating. Let's wait for November to close before we plot out December. But you can get a bit of an idea that generally December should be quite bullish. Now, that just means when it closes the month. You know, generally we have started each month quite bearish. The lower the month has been in for November and October and September and August and July and June have all been within the first week or so. I think October, the low was in on October the 10th, but all the rest, we had November the 4th, I believe August was the 5th, and so forth, if you look back. So it tends to have a little bit of the market peaks at the end of the month, and then there seems to be a little bit of a dip or some downside. So we could expect to see some sideways action, downside, between now and the first week of December there, where we could then push parabolic into December, you know, the second and third and final week into that Christmas rally. And I will be sharing what kind of gains we can expect leading into this Christmas rally, but also when would be a good time to take some profits off the table for the Christmas rally as well. And that's upcoming over the next few days. So stay tuned for that video, okay? Now let's jump into the Bitcoin charts here. And of course, as we climb in, we're going to see that we've kind of stayed steady around this 96, stayed steady around this area here. We have the Fibonacci's here. We can jump out actually to the daily time frame. That's going to help us a little bit more so we can see these Fibonacci levels. So we're kind of just sitting right now on top of or testing this Fibonacci level that we have here. And that's, we're just going to zoom out a little bit there to see that, see those candles a little bit more clearly there. There we go. So we can see that we're seeing this Fibonacci level has been very, very important. The Fibonacci has created this new Fibonacci range. I'm still trading also off the previous Fibonacci range. This is called Fibonacci stacking. And we do have some confluence there, obviously, with this range. We have two Fibonacci ranges bringing in this around this 96,000. So this is actually quite a key level. So if we do break below this level and then retest as resistance, that could lead to some more downside down to this lower levels here around this 94, 93 level and come down to these lower levels. This Fibonacci level here seems to be one that we've had a lot of interaction with as well. So coming down here to retest I wouldn't be terribly shocked or surprised or think that's bearish, for example. We could also trade above in the higher ranges of this Fibonacci up here as well. So we're seeing this was quite a bullish move. I mean, we had a fairly bearish close, but then this big bullish candle, and it seems like we have a bullish move followed by a bearish candle, bullish move, bearish candle close, then bullish move. And so now we're kind of come down and we'll see what happens here. But are we going to see a close below? If this pattern continues, then obviously we're going to see a close below this level here. That doesn't necessarily mean that alts will suffer greatly. With the Bitcoin dominance, that has been obviously a key part of the strategy, is seeing what Bitcoin dominance is doing. And as you can see, originally we hit the tribal trades trend line and we had a bounce off that level. And it didn't hold as much support, and now we've come down to the 200 EMA on the daily. This is very good for alts, and I expected this to hold as support. We may even come down and hit the 200 simple moving average on the daily. It has not been tested for a long time. And so I would expect some kind of a response from here, and we did see the response from there. We could stick around in this area for a little while, and the alts continue to have some good upside. If we were to break down from this level here, let me tell you, if we were to break down and retest that as resistance and fail, that would be extremely bullish for altcoins, just incredibly bullish for altcoins. If we were to see that happen, that would be quite an incredible move. And actually, extremely bullish for the overall altcoin market, of course, far more bullish. And we want to see Bitcoin kind of trade sideways in a channel. Now, let's look at these liquidation levels here for Bitcoin. And this is what I said yesterday. I said yesterday, right now we're in a leverage market. We're just going sideways, and the market makers are just putting money in their jeans. Show me the money. You just got to follow the money if you want to know where the price of Bitcoin going. Of course, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? And so what I said was we were going to come up and take these higher levels at around that $97,000, $98,000 levels. That's exactly what we did. And then I said that we would likely then probably come down and tag these levels down here, and that's exactly what happened as well. And sometimes it can come down and tag this first before going up and tagging down here. But what we've seen here is now we are taking out this liquidity just as I speak. Okay, and if we go to the 12-hour time frame here, we do see what's happening is we've come down. We've got some more liquidity down there at 95,600. That doesn't mean that we have to tag it first. We might come up and tag this up at 97,500 level, okay? So we're sitting right in between at 96. So just roll the dice and see which one is going to get taken first. But there is going to be a move to one of these levels soon, and we're kind of in the middle there because we've been trending a little bit down, and we've had this kind of bullish and then close and then a bearish close and then a bullish close, and now it's time for a bearish close. Maybe we do see that come down first and tag that 95K level. If we zoom out a little bit more to the 48-hour time frame there, again, we do see Bitcoin. It's follow the money. Show me the money. It's sitting there at 96,200. It's coming down and tagging that and picking up $100 million worth of people who went over leveraged longs. They borrowed money, they gambled, and they've lost, and their money is being taken by the market makers. That is the highest yellow that is there. If we go out, switch out to the 3-day chart, and then we'll look at the weekly chart, you can see there is more liquidity to the downside there, 94,600 and 93,800, and there's a teensy bit more, 60 million, teensy bit more, of course, down at 92,900. And this is what I'm saying. I'm actually thinking Bitcoin might range for about the next week or two within these ranges as these liquidities just continue to get taken out to the downside, then to the upside, then to the downside, and where the altcoin market is the place to be, trading altcoins, swing trading, day trading, and being able to profit from Bitcoin staying in a range and Bitcoin dominance dropping down. This is exactly what we're seeing at the moment. So you can see how clearly this is. We came up, we got all this liquidity over here. Look at all this money that got taken over here, all this liquidity, and now we're coming down to get this liquidity here. Now, of course, we can go up and pick up this liquidity at 99,000. The market makers have left this alone for the time being. This has been left alone for a little while here. And so we may just see this come down. And again, if I'm the market maker, which I'm not, but if I was the market maker, and this is what I have to ask myself the question, would I come down and tag this lower liquidity here first and then go up and get this liquidity here? My answer based off these charts today would be yes. Of course, things can change, and if all of a sudden we got a lot of bright yellow come here with a lot of shorts entering the market, seeing this move about to happen and trying to guess the market maker and guess the market, then I might change my mind. This is why I keep looking at this periodically during the day, 3, 4, 5, 6 times during the day to see if there's any new liquidity, because there is long term, they're going to come and get 137 million. Okay, they're going to come and get that. They're coming for those. But whether they come and get these first there at 94 and 93, even down to 92, there is some down there even at 90,000 at 56. To come down and retest and maybe make a double bottom down there. It doesn't seem like the market makers want to come down and retest that 89K level. And so having some bids around that $90,000 or $91,000 level. And that's what I do when I put in prices. I look at the price and I usually put it a bit just above what I think it's going to hit, just in case they come down, they don't quite touch that level there. And I've just always done that, and I found that to be a pretty good strategy on picking up bids there. And so let's see how we finish out the month. We only have a few days left until the candle closes for November, what kind of candle we are going to get. But my feeling is, again, over this week and the first week of December, if history repeats for this cycle, and also if we look at the December returns, for example, and we look at when the December lows came in, this is going to help you prepare. The December lows in halving years, which tend to be what we're following, as these statistics I've given in November and December have been pretty accurate, even in September as well, have been the 2nd of December in 2012, have been the 5th of December in 2016, and have been the 9th of December in 2020. So we do see that the Bitcoin low for the month of December in a halving year was within the first 10 days, just like it was in October, November, and September. And so this could also be what we see here as well. Also, other years it's come in the first. It's tended to come in within the first 10 days. So actually, over all years for December in bear markets, bull markets, halving years, you name it, the low was in by on average the 10th of December. So I would expect history to repeat and for the low of December to be made within the first week of December as well. We got the 2nd, the 5th, and the 10th. Let me know. Why don't you pick a date and tell me when the low of December is going to come in this year and see if your prediction is right. All right, well, we're going to wrap it up there. Again, thank you so much for tuning in as always. Until the next episode, which is going to be the Altcoin Show coming up in a couple of hours around 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Maybe I'll push it out a little bit earlier than that. We'll see. But until then, happy trading.